Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. This is well to having a wonderful day on this 4th January 2025. The air's a mess, but I don't give a what. We're doing our first impression on the game Skul. So and also the okay, so you know what? Let's start with the Y Skul. Let's start with Y, which is more important. I'm going to be opening Skul. We'll be doing the Y. Then I'm going to be doing the first stuff. We did play it. Actually, we finished it, but that's not this matter. So here's a game, Skul, right? The Hero Slayer. It's also Skul, the Dark Soul, which is the hard mode. This is the post game. Demon King Castle is in ruin. Demon King Castle is in ruin. After suffering a crushing defeat at the end of the adventurer, Wolverton takes of the Imperial army to rescue the Demon King. We like it. So there is a booklet. Yeah, the House of Mess. Give me a rest. We have the booklet, so we're gonna be checking out the booklet, right? But the good thing is we have original soundtrack. We have this, which we did redeem. So if you want to redeem, that's not the opportunity. A book of Skul, which I didn't even take the time to check out yet. So Skul, as you know, the Y Skul. Quite simple. I'm a huge fan of games like 80s, but more so like game like Dead Cell. So the reality is I do like me more a 80s. I think 80s is a better game. However, 80s does have a lot of narrative, right? And the problem with 80s is if you're not playing this game every single week, the narrative can get close by. So the Dead Cell, which is really cool, is you can pop in the game, look up a little run, have a lot of fun, and you still get your fix of rogue gameplay, but still get something. However, Dead Cell is a game that I played a lot. 80 is a game that I played a lot. So I was looking for something else, and I saw random people play Skul, and I was like, "Holy shit, this sounds like a cool game!" And then I bought it, but I never played it. And then the funny thing is, I was on Reddit for something else, for some adult content. Yes, I'm a human. I'm not made of wood. I'm not made of stone. Don't judge. So yes, I saw some gameplay of Skul. I thought, holy shit, that sounded looked like a cool game. So we did play it. We did finish it. I took it a 4 days off vacation for content. So there's a lot of things that happened in those 4 days. Book of Skul, which, if I remember correctly, because we did check it out a little bit. Yeah. So the cool thing about Skul is this is your main Skul, okay? This is the guy. So you can change your head. By changing your head, you're going to be able to get a lot of those people. Now, these are common. These are my favorite because you get to upgrade it 4 times. You got a skeleton, you got the guard, royal guard captain, which looks amazing. The more you increase them, the more stats they gain. The more you increase them, the more passive they get, but also the more skill they get. Skeleton pike, foot soldier, pikeman, and pikeman captain. It's with pikeman captain that we beat the game. Skeleton shield bearer. I like that they're skeleton. Look at this: skeleton pike, skeleton shield. It's always gonna be skeleton first. Shield bearer, which is super nice. Gunner commander. We did go to the final boss, guardian, which is super cool. My favorite is gonna be the unique, but that's for later on. We are the End Skul, the old End Skul, the huge End Skul, and the elder End Skul. Not my favorite. Werewolf is a lot of people's favorite. So werewolf, super fast, super fast. A lot of attack speed, but the passive are a bit lacking. Got the elder werewolf, alpha werewolf, eternal werewolf. I don't think in my whole gameplay I had the eternal werewolf. We have the pretty thief, wanderer, outlaw. The thief has a pretty nice attack speed, but it's more so by dealing critical. Carlion recruit, Carlion sergeant, Carlion the fisher, Carlion commander. I do really like the Carlion because the Carlion is able to summon his friend. So you basically have the summoning friends, right? But my favorites are possibly the fairies, which we're gonna be talking in the first impression of the game. So you got a gravedigger, undertaker, soul bearer, savior. Now the problem with these is we only unlock it at the end because I didn't know you were unlocking them. I didn't know how to unlock them. We got the Stone Monkey, we got Monkey King, Immortal King, Overlord, which is a nice little reference to Wukong. We got the Hunter, Bow Hunter, Sniper. Now, you see here, we're switching to tree. It's because those are rare skulls. So those are a bit of a higher grade than normal skull, but they only have tree evolution. We have the Alchemist, the Grand Alchemist, the Dark Alchemist, which we went super far with. A Rider, I actually really like because his attack pattern is like Kratos from God of War. But I'm Rider, and it has some pretty cool, pretty good, pretty good. Give me a sec. Oh. Pretty good skill. Nightmare that I didn't get. Go. We're playing Tactical in the background, so apropos. We also have the Minotaurus 2, Minotaurus 3. I like that they didn't go hardcore with the name, because the name is not super important. Like that's what's the cool thing about. We'll get more into it with Skul. There's a bit more narrative than Dead Cell, but there's it's complicated. Okay, so we have the Water Skull. Okay, the narrative is good, but you're playing the game to play the game, not for narrative. Water Skull, which I really like. Aqua Skull, Poseidon. This is possibly the one I use the most because it's the spirit, the clown, parrot, the Joker. I don't think we ever got in. Skeleton Bomber, which was a favorite of the guy. The first stream we did, a guy came in and he actually knew the game a lot. Skeleton Bomber, Demolition Expert, and it was a really cool time. Now a bit of spoiler. Warrior was nice. Look at this. Warrior, Warlord, Gladiator. Look at the Warlord. Look at the size of the weapon. Gargoyle, which was easily my most hated because of the movement speed, but actually quite nice because it's one of the only that has a middle to high ground attack. There's a lot of item with Soar being one of the arguably one of the best when it comes to the passive effects. We'll get into that into the end of the gameplay video. Frost Coal, Ancient Frost Coal, and Frozen Soul. These were also very cool because they have the Absolute Zero, which is a reference to Sub-Zero. And Absolute Zero was really cool is you were able to freeze your enemy. There was a lot of skills that we're going to be talking about in the second video about that. What I could do a whole ass video. It would be a long ass video, but it would be a cooler video. Okay, let's do it like that. The Frozen Soul, the Genie, Pretty's Genie, Magnifico, which is pretty cool for power. It's a nice power. It acts like a power, however, it has magic attack. The Mummy was also good, but only for the fact that it is the tracks it's impervious to trap. Rockstar, which a lot of people like, super Rockstar. Predator is easily the one people prefer. Predator and Destroyer were actually pretty cool. We have the Prisoner and the King. What is really nice here is that it's a reference to Dead Cell, which is the mother of, the mother or the father of this game. We have Dark Paladin, Dark Avenger, Berserker, Devil Berserker, Living Armor, that was pretty cool. Soul King, which a lot of people really like. The Great Warlock, Abysmal Monarch. I did like it, but it's hard to use. We have the Ninja Master. The first time I played the game, one of the first times I played the game, this is what allows me to win so far, and that really made the game a lot easier. Samurai, and we got the Neo Samurai, Archlich, Yaska, Champion, Grim Reaper, and Gambler, right? So what is cool with that is those are the unique. There's a couple missing. There's 2 missing from the legendary. So here we go with the Book of Skull. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another video, right? About something else, which was the first impression and last impression. It's not a big game, so we're gonna go with the first impression and what I really like, and then we'll go with the end of game. We're back. So the first thing that I really like about Skull is the fast pacing of the battle. There is some narrative. That's actually a positive, but also a negative. So when you reach a milestone, there's some narrative that you unlock. You unlock it for the first time, and you unlock it for the second time. However, we'll get into it more. First impression is hard. So let's not do a first impression. Let's not do a end game impression. Let's do a general game impression. So the game when you start is actually really fun. Really fun. So the pacing is fast. You get some new between the skull, between the item between the shop. There's a lot of possibility. You can play this game for 100+ hours and still not experience everything. So there's three things that's super important. That's the item. The item, what are super cool. My items are favorite. So they have this effect, right? They have this effect. The rarer the item, the better the effect. But they also have this category. So with the category, the more you have the same category, the stronger the passive effect is. We're talking about absolute zero. Absolute zero at 1, when you use a skill, or when you change, you create the ice field that will froze surrounding enemies. The second one is the enemy that you freeze are going to be froze longer. So in the fourth one, you need 4 items with absolute zero to do so out of 9. The 9 is a little bit of a problem because it's not a lot. But then when you get that, you'll be able to freeze nearby enemies. There's a lot of them. My favorite is possibly the fairies, because the fairies are OP. The fairies, the first one you get is the third. At third, every cooldown for the fairies is going to be lower. And what is really nice with this, the cooldown of the fairy being lower, right? We still have a little bit of energy. Not so much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the gameplay. The game we're playing right now is Tokyo Ghoul Earthly. So you're gonna have to give your boy a quick second. Good. 20,000. She said, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So we're gonna do it in PvP, because PvP is still it's still something. Good. Saved lineup. 500. We're gonna go with 32. So I'm going to show you the gameplay like that because it's easier. And anyway, there's nothing to do here. It's only auto. So what I really like is the fairy, for example, you got magic. So the first fairy that you got has a cooldown. The more fairy you got, the more cooldown you have. There's an item that increases your magic attack by 45% per every fairy that you have. However, if you're not using a magical character, that kind of fucks it up. Now, this is the second interesting thing. The items are cool. The schools are also really cool. So the school, you're going to be able to get, for example, you're going to be able to get the first one. The first one you get, you can choose whatever you want. You want to choose something? Okay, cool. Well, you'll choose it. You want to choose something else? Okay, cool. You can choose something else. But what happened is sometimes you're going to be getting some schools that are extremely rare, like legendary rare. And you possibly have a playthrough plan, but your playthrough plan is fucked because those that one is better. For example, think about the fairies, right? If you're using magic, they're very strong. But then let's say you get a legendary, which is the strongest fighter. Physical attack, all of your items are obsolete. Now, eventually you're able to buy an ability where you can sell those items and make some cash and then buy it again, which is the third part, which is the merchant. The merchant, you can buy item, you can restock. The merchant is the most useful place because you'll buy essence. Essence is what? Essence are summons. And be able to get some food to heal up, some item to change your setup, and a different school, right? Now, so these three are super important. This is basically my first impression, super fast. The story is entertaining, the story is interesting. Now, the negative, there's not a negative here. The game, compared to other games, doesn't have that much passive increase. So you easily, we played the game for 30 hours, easily in the first 20, you're able to do something along the line of about every single passive ability, and that's pretty much it. And you're happy because you did something, but you're not happy because... It's complicated. You're happy because you did something, okay? But you're not happy because after you did something, there's nothing else you can do. And because there's nothing else you can do, you're stuck in a position where you're like, oh, dude, what am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do? Do 23. For 23, I'm not good enough. Line up. We're gonna be doing that. Okay. Promote, quick upgrade, quick promotion, quick upgrade. Okay. Deploy. Okay. That's good enough. 520. Nice. Perfect. So the end game, the game is really fun, but once again, if you don't get the best run possible, then it's fucked. Now the best run possible we had was a pikeman, where we only had chase, which is when you dash, you use different attack. So all I had to do was to go at the further exit of, okay, so for example, the boss is on the left. all I had to do was to go on the right to get every single dash effect. So dash effect, there was one of the items that we got that no matter where we dashed, you get some damage. So as far away as I could, the harder it was to hit him, but I couldn't hit him. I would hit him for very low damage, but still. So I want you guys to think about an archer and about a paladin. The archer as auto aim. Right, so that's one. The second part that I didn't like about the game was it's very, very hard. Now that's a cool thing, but now I'm at the Dark Mirror, which I don't know if I'm gonna do because it's so hard, right? And the Dark Mirror is a completely different game. You unlock. So the cool thing about Skull is the further you go, you unlock characters, and those characters at the beginning of the playthrough, right, they'll be able to help you out. So for example, there's this two-headed ogre. That two-headed ogre will give you an item of different rarity through the game. So every time you start a new playthrough, you have one item. There's the head hunter. The head hunter will give you a different skull. Remember, depending on the rarity, you'll choose it. Now it only goes up to rare. There's another one which is an elementalist who's gonna give you a passive effect that will last for a long cooldown. Now, technically speaking, the long cooldown is nice because the long cooldown can last the whole game. So if your playthrough is 10 minutes because you're fast as fuck, you did so good. But if your playthrough doesn't last because it lasts longer because you weren't fast enough, then the bonus is non-effective. It's not a big deal, but it helps in the beginning. In the beginning you're very weak, then you get stronger. There's five area. There's the normal area, which is the forest. There's the entry here, which I really like because there's a lot of traps. There's the castle. There's the labs, right? There's the there's the courtyard, and then there's the throne room. That's pretty much it. The game is really fun, but once again hard. You're gonna be raging a lot. Now, the thing that I don't like is the dark warts. The dark warts are super useful. Dark warts are your rogue aspects. The more dark warts you have, the more ability you can upgrade, right? Now, the good thing about the dark warts is you can buy ability. However, you're like, okay, well, I just had a playthrough when I got 500 dark warts, but I have nothing to spend on. In my case, we made a mistake, and that's my fault. So when you go to the merchant, there's prices you can buy with dark warts, and you can unlock them. But what I thought was you can only buy them for one time. It's like, fuck it, I'm not gonna buy something that's gonna last me for one time. I want something that's gonna last me for a longer time, right? And that was my mistake. That was absolutely my mistake, and yeah, pretty embarrassing, but that's the truth. But ultimately speaking, it's not a big deal because I still managed to beat the game. However, the dark warts, there's not a specification so how much you need. However, I'm seeing a lot of people that have finished the game, and the Dark Soul seemed like the Dark Mirror seemed like another cool game. But I'm gonna try it again. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for my review of Skul. So Skul is a super cool game, super fast paced, very, very hard. So even though there's a fast pace, it does feel somewhat of a slower. That is pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Take it easy. I'll see you guys very, very, very soon. And that's pretty much it. Man, I'm trying to remember if I'm forgetting something. Nah, we're pretty good. Sorry, doing it like that once is crazy, but I have to. I've been playing Tokyo Go. We just joined the Discord. The Discord is fun. Yeah. Got an idea. I got a good idea. The good idea is I could spend like an hour on every single Discord of the game we played. Can be start up. Ooh, baby. Nice. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.